What's up, everyone? My name is Tanika Riley. I'm a facilitator, an educator, an artist, and, well, my titles are all there. We all have titles. Yet, how many of us know who we are? What I know are the titles that I'm most proud of: mother, auntie, best friend, and mentor. So, by a show of hands, how many of you, when you look out in the world, see our young people struggling to find their way? All right. So for those of you who didn't put your hands up, where do you live? Take me to your leader, because I'm ready to marry them, like Game of Thrones style. Let's join the kingdoms, okay? Because I've been working with young people for the last 14 years, and I know that they're struggling with anxiety, trauma, and lack of understanding of their divine purpose. I also have seen phenomenal solutions. And one of those is a youth development model as old as time: Rites of Passage. Now, this is where you're like wondering, what is Rites of Passage? Well, I guarantee you know what it is. You see, Rites of Passage is cultural traditions that support the transition from one stage of life to another. Things such as baby blessings, graduations. Anyone here married? Ooh, anyone here divorced? Okay. Funeral rites. However, there's one critical transition that we have forgotten as a community to celebrate, and that's the critical transition between adolescence to responsible adulthood. Now, I'm not talking about the time when you turned 18 and your best friends went and bought you the cheapest, nastiest Old English 40 or a Spumante Bambino for the ladies, and you got drunk, and now you a man, you a woman. Yes, no. I'm talking something deeper. If we do not initiate the young, they will burn down the village to feel the heat. African proverb. You see, Rites of Passage was created thousands of years ago because the elders in our communities understood that young people needed to be grounded in the culture, the traditions, and the values that would guide them towards a meaningful life. You know, it was a holistic model that looked at the mental, physical, and spiritual well-being of a young person. You see, I'm really blessed because I've been part of a network of elders and mentors and youth that span from the United States to England to Toronto that have recreated these traditional rites of passage to serve our young people. And I specifically work with youth of African descent, but rites of passage is for every young person. So now you're wondering, I got your attention, well, what does this look like in a city like Toronto? Well, it looks like Francois. I met Francois when I came in to do a vision boarding workshop. I was home on maternity leave, so apparently I wasn't really doing a good job of the leave part of maternity. And after he came up to thank me, he was like, "Miss, thanks for sharing your wisdom." A year later, I joined the process as a lead facilitator, and Francois was still there as a leader in training. And so one night, we were stacking the chairs and cleaning up, and he said, "Miss," and I went and looked because I thought my mom was here to pick me up, and I was like, "Damn, he talking about me, I'm getting old." And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I don't think you understand how this rites of passage thing has changed my life." And I said, "Why don't you tell me?" He said, 2 years before I joined Rites, I was in a homeless shelter with my family. We finally found housing, and we moved into a neighborhood, and I didn't know anyone. So looking for a place of belonging and identity, I joined a neighborhood gang. And I got into so much trouble, finally someone said, "You should go check out this Rites of Passage thing. Plus, they have free food." All right, some of you are laughing because some of you are here tonight for the free food. I saw you over there. He said, before Rites, I had some greatness that was deep inside of me, but I didn't see positive role models or people that were willing to support me that looked like me. And after we finished talking, we sat back, and I looked at him. And it was in that moment that I realized how critical Rites of Passage was for our young people. In 2011, he graduated from Rites, and Junior Francois has since become a community star, doing many things, even getting funding to start his own music mentorship program. So what does his story tell us? Our young people, when mentored by our community, can accomplish great things. You see, our young people need elders. They need mentors. They need ceremony. They need nature. They need trials and tribulations that will bring them to the edge, so they will go deep within themselves to find out who they are. If we do not initiate the young, they will burn down the village to feel the heat. African proverb. You see, if that fire, which is the passion in our young people, is not directed and guided, it will destroy our communities. And I think we're seeing it play out in society today. You know, in fact, I think we all need rites of passage. Because who in this room doesn't want to come to understand and know the questions we ask our young people? Who am I? How did I come to be who I am? What's my purpose? To live our life to its fullest, highest potential. I deserve that. You deserve that. And each and every young person seeking and searching with that fire deserves that. So I challenge you today to be that change, to invest in our young people so they won't burn down the village. They'll build it instead. Thank you.